Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Gill, and I'm a certified hypnotherapist, certified life coach, author, and self proclaimed practical optimist. And for those of you who have read it, know that that's what my book is about. It's about finding hope when we feel really dark. It's about putting a positive spin on the things that happen to us every day, because really, I believe the universe is neutral. It's not working against us, and it may not be working for us. It just sort of is. And a lot of times these days, it's very hard to find the light in the darkness because of a lot of things that are going on in the world today. And I do understand how it can get a person down. But I also have a partial antidote to that, and that is the thank you note. It used to be pretty overrated, I thought, when I was a kid. I used to hate to have to sit down and write out, my thank you notes for Christmas presents or birthday presents because I didn't really like to write that much back then. But, one of my parents would always come up and say, well, you enjoyed getting the gifts, didn't you? The least you can do is write a thank you note. But after a while, it got kind of stale and old. It would be, dear Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for, I really enjoyed it, blah, blah, blah. Love, Heather. Okay? Wasn't exactly a heartfelt thank you. And then as I got older and I got married, I would still write, thank you notes. And one day, a member of my extended family came up to me and said, look, you really don't have to write us thank you notes. It kind of makes us feel uncomfortable. And I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. But it felt kind of strange to not profess my gratitude for something that they gave me. And the other day, I sat here thinking, we don't really thank each other that much. And I wonder why that is. In my house, we've kind of tried to tackle the gratitude, the lack of showing gratitude problem. And even though I feel really great when my husband does things for me, I don't always say thank you. On the other hand, every night when I make dinner and I bring it to my husband, he says, thank you for making dinner. And at first when he did it, it did feel kind of weird. It was like, well, kind of my job, I come home and I make dinner and we eat it together and watch a show or whatever. But then it started to feel really good. I felt appreciated. And I think that's the whole point of saying thank you. In a way, it's saying, I appreciate what you did for me. For example, last week, my husband helped me set up the Christmas lights, the ones that are in our yard. And he had some really great ideas for it. And I knew it was taking time away from activities he likes doing in our leisure time. And not only did I thank him and give him a little kiss, I also wrote it after he had gone to bed. I wrote, thank you for helping me with the lights again. So it would be the first thing that he saw when he went downstairs to get his coffee, was my note of appreciation, because it was a big deal. I don't always have the balance anymore to climb up on a ladder and hang the Christmas lights. And then another day I did something nice for him. And so he wrote on the board, thank you for doing what it was. And I said, and it just made me feel good, made me feel really warm inside to know that, you know, even though we've been married for about 10 years now, he still appreciates it when I go out of my way for him, and vice versa. And it's nice to keep those warm feelings going, especially in today's global climate, let's say. Another thing that affected me in kind of a profound way last week was where I work. It's a federal building, and it's for people who don't have a lot of money and may have some mental health issues. And last week, I got a Christmas card from a very dear lady that I don't see very often because she mostly stays in her apartment. But she sent me a Christmas card, and it just said, you know, I'm glad that I met you. Thank you for including me in your prayers, that kind of thing. But it touched me and it made me feel really good. So I wrote her out one without feeling obligated to send her a Christmas card. That's the thing. Obligation isn't the same as appreciation, and I think that we all know that. And then I sent out a few other ones to people that I've become close to since I started working there. And then there was one lady, and it's been kind of cool because over time, she didn't really warm up to me very quickly at first. But I kept, you know, smiling or waving whenever I would see her. And it took a while for her to start returning some of those smiles and waves. So this year I thought, you know, I kind of wrestled with it because I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I thought, you know, maybe I'll just slip a Christmas card under the door. And I'm not talking about the kind of card that comes with a gift card or anything like that. It's just, you know, a card that says Merry Christmas and wishing you all the best of the new year kind of thing. So I found a card and I wrote it out to her, and I said I was glad that I had gotten to know her over my time working there. And I think it really touched her. She said it did. And because then the next day she gave me one, and it was a beautiful card. And she wrote, you know, I'm really glad I got to meet you too. And I hope you have a great Christmas and all of that. But it was a nice way to add a little warmth to an acquaintanceship. And I'm not saying that it will always go that way. You know, somebody could have got really mad that I wrote them a happy little card. And, you know, that's kind of the chance you take when you reach out to someone. And if they choose not to clasp your hand back, then you just kind of fade away. But at the very least, even if the card made someone feel uncomfortable, it also brought to their attention that there were people out there that were thinking of them and thought they were important enough to give a card. It's a simple thing. And I think sometimes when we mail those cards, we don't get to see people's reactions. But in this lady's face, I just saw joy. I saw happy. I saw thank you for including me in your group of people that you give cards to. And when she gave it to me, I mean, I almost felt like crying. Because what she wrote in there, I know she meant. And what I wrote in my card, I know I meant. And if it made people feel happy for even an instant, then it achieved its aim. So everyone, as Christmas is drawing closer, remember to take some nice deep breaths and let them out, of course. But take some nice deep breaths and focus on just the breath. And then instead of thinking about all of the things that you have to do in one single day, and yes, I'm as guilty of this as anybody, think about something that's happened in the past week or days that made you happy. Think about the people you appreciate and why, and then tell them, either with words or with writing. And I bet it turns their whole day and outlook around. So anyway, dear friends, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. And before I sign off, I want to say thank you for listening and watching. It matters. It matters a lot to me. I like to spread the word about practical optimism because it can change your mood, and that mood can help start you on a path that could change your life. So say thank you if someone holds a door open for you. Say thank you if someone gives you a Christmas card. Let the people that are closest to you know that they're loved and appreciated, especially in this season, especially when there's so much violence and hatred in this world. Please, let us show each other that there is love, there is hope, there is kindness, and none of those things are weaknesses. So until next time, as always, hold your head up, put your shoulders back, and walk forward. And don't look back, because you're not going that way. And in the midst of the hustle and bustle, take a deep breath in and let it out, and look for the good. Thank you again. My name is Heather Gill, and my website is www.heathergilllifecoaching.com. And the book I wrote is called Reflections on Life and Living, and it's about how to become a practical optimist. It can be ordered off of Amazon or on my website. And if you need to reach me, there's all kinds of contact information there as well. Thank you very much.